The NDP has dropped in polls lately. You've noticed, I guarantee it. They've been sliding downwards, substantially so in the last month. At one point, they seemed destined for a future on Sussex Drive, but now they are third in the polls and seem all but eliminated from contention. In some polls, they're down to as low as 22%, and they were at one point up to as high as 35%. Not damn good. Now, I know I've been quick to blame the feminists and social justice types for getting the cab debate backwards and race-baiting their fellow Democrats into voting Conservative. That's exactly what Linton Crosby said he was going to do, and that's exactly what happened. The radical left has shouted their party out of contention with cries of racism, sexism, and Islamophobia. Now, I still maintain that to be the number one reason why Mulcair's dropped in the polls. But it would be unfair of me to say that it's the only reason that the orange wave has crashed, because it's not the only reason. At the start of the campaign, Tom Mulcair was a feared public speaker. You have to remember that. That was supposed to be a strong point. He was supposed to come in and dominate the debates. That didn't really happen. He was supposed to dominate en anglais and en français, and that didn't happen in either case. And it turned out Justin Trudeau could debate. And I would say he won a couple of them. And Gilles Duceppe busted ass and killed him in the French debate. And this all killed Tom Mulcair's campaign. Now that the points are deflating from Tom's idling tour bus. But let's be honest here. There's more than just the feminists and the speeches. You remember Angry Tom, Chris? No one ever called him Angry Tom? Angry Tom was so much cooler than the new Tom that smiles.
He was going to change the world.
He was great when he was angry. But now he's like Smiling Tom, and he looks like some guy that, talks to birds at bus shelters. The bird whisperer. So, the NDP lost the debates. Maybe they didn't lose, but they certainly didn't win, and that was supposed to be where Tom Mulcair cleaned house. They got annihilated over the niqab, especially so in Quebec.
Yeah.
No, I understand, and I applaud somebody who wants to take a principled stance, even in the face of adversity, even when their constituents don't think it's a good idea. He believes he's doing the right thing. I disagree with that, but he did do what he felt was a good thing to do, even though it happens to be the most extreme right-wing policy on his whole platform. There's nothing liberal about bringing Sharia-esque regressive policies into Canada. I'm getting sick of talking about this, but now... Jack Layton, he's the real reason why people like the NDP. Jack Layton, the eternal president of the Democratic People's Republic of NDP. He was strongly against the niqab himself. Here's what he said about it. We have our own laws here that are in operation, and we don't want to see a religious legal structure being laid over top of our laws here in Canada. So Tommy Mulcair kind of went against the party line on that. But the niqab wasn't the only time Tom Mulcair did away with liberal values and policies. It's become pretty common in this campaign, if you're following. Now, since when is balancing the budget in the middle of a recession a liberal thing to do? Justin Trudeau went left-wing on this and said he's going to get deficits for 3 years in a row. Tom Mulcair said, no, we're going to balance the budget. That's stupid. Just to have the deficits. Trudeau is going to win this debate because of that. So you have these two parties on the left wing. We have one Conservative party, two parties plus the Greens, and they're all fighting for the same voters, and they can't even make their minds up on who wants to be more left of the other. It's ridiculous. They need to merge. This is the perfect time for a left-wing socialist government. Bernie Sanders in the USA, socialist. He could be the next president.
Socialist leaning.
Well, socialist Democrat. Alexis Tsipras, the guy from Greece, who was supposed to get them out of austerity, he doesn't even want to be there, and he can't get elected out of power. He keeps putting himself up for votes. He wants out, and they keep electing him because he's the most left. Jeremy Corbyn, a socialist in the United Kingdom, is quite possibly going to be the next Prime Minister of the UK. That is the most exciting British news story that doesn't involve putting your dick in a pig's mouth.
Hey.
But boom, 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 boom. I'm on fire. So the world is practically begging for a social democracy, and Canada's social democrats are battling to see who can be more centrist than the other. This is ridiculous. So they've abandoned their stance on oil. I actually support it because I work in a steel mill, so I kind of want the oil, but most NDP voters are kind of against too many pipelines, and they seem to be now. It seems that Tom Mulcair is going to everything except the Keystone, which we're not getting anyways because America's going to say no. Decriminalizing marijuana. How is decriminalizing marijuana the left-wing thing to do when the centrist Trudeau liberals are going to legalize it? You're a socialist. Fucking legalize it. The NDP is slipping because it's thrown away its liberal values. But you know what else hurt Tom Mulcair? The media. When Justin Trudeau was the third party, well, he is the third party. He gets in the media all the time. When Jack Layton was the third party, he never got in the media. Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party gets more media exposure than Tom Mulcair's NDP party, and they're a third party. So it's kind of disappointing. I watched the Peter Mansbridge interviews. They did the Justin Trudeau Peter Mansbridge interview before they did the Tom Mulcair one. Now, I guess this is kind of a whiny excuse, but I'm going to take it. The media has not been fair, and they've not treated him as the official opposition. So 70% of the country wants Stephen Harper gone, myself included, Chris included, everyone here. But the parties on the left are too concerned with beating each other to focus on how we can get these conservatives out of power. We're too stupid to make actual changes. I'm starting to believe that the right wing are actually more intelligent than the left wing. They keep winning elections. We can't figure it out. If we merge, we'll beat them. Right. So 33, I bet you I'm calling it right now. My bet, Stephen Harper's going to get elected. Minority government with 33% of the vote. The only 33% of the vote that would even contemplate voting for them. And I want you to ask yourself this. If you're going to vote for Stephen Harper, ask yourself this. How can you vote in the most corrupt organization in Canadian history? First of all. Second of all, what specifically has the Conservative government done to help you in any way? Nothing! They've done nothing! They've not made your life better even in the slightest. Now, I'm going to vote NDP not because I think they deserve to win. Not even because I think they have the best policies anymore. I'm voting NDP because my riding has a really good candidate, and he's the only one with a shot of defeating the Conservative government. Dustin Halati. Great guy. But right now the NDP needs to shut down. This is what I'm saying they need to do if they want to win. They need to shut down all the candidates who don't have a chance of winning and focus all that energy and all that money on the candidates that are in a tight race. Either that or pray to God that something juicy comes out of the Mike Duffy trial. I'm Nick Murray. This is OMJ. Call me an idiot in the box below, but hit subscribe first.